how do you promote a topic that is often considered taboo or unpalatable? Great question. Jennifer says that they are Australia's oldest HIV charity. Sharon and Linda, what are your thoughts on that?
Do you want me to take this one?
Sure.
I think there's two parts to that question. I think, well, one, I think HIV is probably changing now. We had an interesting meeting with an organisation last week who were responsible for releasing medication to prevent HIV infection, and I do think that because of equality now, marriage equality as well, I think that the subject isn't as taboo as it used to be. I think I would probably think about who has a vested interest in you succeeding. So think about what businesses will be interested in, or who have your target market, and would they be prepared to get that message out there? So think about the target market who is impacted by HIV, and what businesses are already promoting support with that target market, and I think then you've got more of a strong proposition.
And can I add to that? I often get this question of like, my charity isn't sexy, my cause isn't interesting. And let me give an example of how one charity turned it around. There's a charity in the UK called the RSPB, which is the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. Now, it's associated with a lot of very elderly gentlemen and binoculars sort of wandering out onto the heaths, watching birds instantly. Mm-hmm. It's not remotely sexy, and it's not remotely glamorous at all. But what they did was actually go back to the fundamentals of what are we about? Is it just a bunch of aging bird twitchers? No, we're actually about leaving a legacy of the experience of nature and the environment for our children. Once they'd actually uncovered what was the core of what they were really doing, it changed their messaging. And then they started to get the voice of children about what was important to children. And the one that stood out for me was the letter that started with a small 8-year-old's quote, which was, "I don't want to live in a world that has no sparrows." And so therefore they turned around what was basically a flat cap, very unglamorous charity into something that suddenly became meaningful for a whole bunch of other people. So I think, again, it's digging deep about what are you really trying to achieve. So not what are you doing in terms of providing HIV drugs or education. What is the life that you're actually giving to people who are the beneficiaries? So, Sharon's an old romantic. She thinks there's a partner for everyone. Mm-hmm. And I think I tend to agree with her. So it's just about getting to the heart of what you do and thinking about how to reframe that.
Fantastic. Jennifer, I hope that helps there. Maybe if you want to just pop a little response to us there in the chat box, or anything further you'd like to clarify. We are at 10:45. We do run for 45 minutes every Wednesday morning.